Hey, welcome to the Post Show, broadcasting live from Zenna TV in Los Angeles. This is where we elevate the creative cult. This is where creatives can be seen, so thanks for tuning in. Thanks for always watching us. I'm Poe. So on March 9th through the 16th, Lucid Dreaming, a solo exhibition by Himbad at BSMT Space 5D, Stoke Newington Road, London. This series of 24 miniature paintings was created using Himbad's unique sprezzatura method. Using secret martial art techniques, he trains his mind to be open to the moment, and the now. With Atlas-like strength, he keeps his mind state, enabling him so gracefully to manipulate color and form, producing masterworks seemingly effortlessly. Dipping his paintbrush into the great sea of the subconscious, this series reveals the hypnotic mystery and beauty of working directly from the imagination, and not through widely accessible imagery generated through a Google search, like so many artists of today's sterile age. His work is archetypal, inspired by the ancient wisdom schools, world mythology, alchemy, and nature. These landscapes and figures come straight from the dream, unique and original, but somehow eerily familiar. Allow yourself to be taken down the path less trodden. Don't miss the call to adventure. Private viewing is on March 9th at 6 p.m. RSVP at info@bsmt.co.uk. Amazing flyer design by The Real Dill. You want to bring that up again? The Real Dill. It's actually dill like the dill pickle, but I like it. On Sunday, May 7th, 11:45 a.m. to 5 p.m., Ride for Ronnie, third annual motorcycle ride and concert at Los Encinos State Historic Park, 16756 Moore Park Street, Encino, California. Raising money for the Ronnie James Dio Stand Up and Shout Cancer Fund. All proceeds go towards helping to find a cure. Live music, food trucks, raffles, live auction, beer and wine, and vendors. Riders check in at Harley-Davidson of Glendale, where they can enjoy a continental breakfast. Kickstands up at 11 a.m. Participants will depart Glendale, traveling the freeways of the North San Fernando Valley, then down the 405 to a rally and live concert at 11:45 at Los Encinos State Historic Park. Ticket sales coming soon. For more info, visit diocancerfund.org. That's always fun. Lots of superheroes go to that. So go to that. Be a superhero too. Wouldn't you like to be a superhero too? Okay, you ready? Are you ready? So today, once again, co-hosting with me from East London, the owner of Hidden Streets of London, wall broker, and art promoter, Danny Wood.
We started clapping each other now, haven't we?
You have to talk into the mic.
It started, thank you. It just makes me feel better about myself.
Oh, really? Is that what it takes?
Yeah, it is. So
just some strokes?
Yeah, I'm just relaying the day after my first Oscar night, which apparently is a big thing here, where everybody watches.
It was a fucked up Oscar night.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, along with an artist with a degree in film and media who incorporates strong graphical designs using portraits, shapes, and figures, along with text to deliver commentary and distortion. Visual puzzles exploring how bodies are visualized and commodified, both in the art world and pop culture. BUNNIE CIREL!
Yay, hi.
Whoa, more clap.
Yay!
Clap for myself, thank you.
And a multimedia artist that paints on literally everything.
Including the van outside.
Transforming old into new with cosmic elements, ideologies, and characters that act as spirit guides. A fearless artist who pushes hard and thinks big, painting walls and creating spaces for people to feel a little better and safe. BUNNIE REISS! I love you because you're so bold and you go for it, but you're I just want people to feel better.
It's true.
So beautiful.
Very simple.
No, it's great to be that way.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I'm stalking you and I'm thinking, I absolutely love this person so much. You've got balls.
Well, not technically, but yeah.
Maybe.
We're open-minded on this show, right?
We're open-minded on the show,
Yeah.
actually. Did I say that out loud? Okay. So this is awesome. Okay, so do you want to start, Danny?
Huh?
Say something. Say something super clever.
I don't know. I left my finance brain at home when I left London. So
You left your what?
my finance brain at home when I made this crazy career change. But
Well, this has nothing to do with finance.
yeah, I know, which is good. Which is good. No, so I guess what we were saying, like off camera before we started, was that I'm stoked to have some girls on the show. It was completely unconscious that this never happened, and maybe I guess that's the fact that we haven't had them on the show before is maybe retrospective of the demographics that represent the world. And we spoke before saying that it's doing great things moving forward, and that's hopefully the way of things to come, because
Way of things to come.
we'll see.
Yeah,
But-
majorly hope so.
Fingers crossed on that one.
And you were saying that you're all connected and everything, and but I think it's a great community, both sides. Everyone's
We're all
arms
connected
open.
regardless.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody's
Yeah.
connected. Some
Absolutely.
choose not to think that way. That's fine.
Yeah.
I'm not connected to Mr. Trump, though,
Right.
at all.
No.
Is anyone? I don't know.
I hope not.
No,
Nope.
no. I was super nervous
Well, I
getting
guess
back
we're
into my
all-
visa. I was like,
Oh,
I know. I didn't know if I'd get Danny
Oh.
back.
yeah.
I think we had the first show on Monday, and
Yeah.
you're supposed to fly in on Friday. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wear a
wow.
And then I'm like, no.
yeah. Support.
No, I'm like, he's super white.
yeah, that's true. Blue eyes. You're
Your area.
yeah.
You're
It's-
in.
That's like back to historic times. Yes. In, out, in, out.
Totally. Terrible.
Terrible. Yeah.
Terrible.
Okay.
Terrible. I guess, you know what? That was probably a Freudian slip then when I said balls.
Probably.
There
Maybe.
you
We got him now.
We got them. You got to have a
new
little
man.
bit of 'em.
Yeah. We've all got
Well, they're
them.
not honest, but we got them.
Yeah.
Got it.
If you're doing it right, you got them. Okay, we're gonna check out some of Bree's work.
see this.
We're gonna let her life flash before her eyes.
Oh
real
my
quick,
gosh,
and then
so
we'll go
soon.
from there. So check it out. Okay, now that we've totally sucked you guys in, right? Oh my gosh, that's totally something I would do. I love her.
You just said you weren't a pervert. And this is,
Well, she did the slurp thing. That was
sorry.
awesome.
Maybe a little bit.
you guys are terrible.
We were
I
talking
don't
about
consider myself a pervert, but okay, maybe.
were you guys talking about? Whose vagina that was?
Yeah.
Basically, you were saying that you watch porn. To
No, that's not what I said. I said if a
No, she said you masturbated to porn. You got your words all mixed up, Danny. God,
I
get
This
it
is
straight.
why. Okay,
face
so
was red
hold on.
listening to other
Backtrack. This is an
commentary.
art show. Where this is why we don't have girls on the show. Right? So I'm thinking we guys get a bad press, right?
Look at how red Danny got.
Yeah, now you're making me red.
All of a sudden, you're Irish.
Anyway,
I don't watch
moving
porn.
the fuck on.
I watch porn whenever possible. I make it too. Just kidding.
All right.
Right, this has never happened before, ever.
Your
Right.
face is bright red.
Am I?
It's really red.
Fan you off.
Yeah.
Right.
right.
Zoom into
Okay.
Danny. Look what happened.
Right, okay.
My
Oh,
paintings
Danny's the
have
only
that
man in the
effect.
room. Oh, okay.
Anyway,
Those guys are
street
pretty
art,
red, too.
graffiti.
Great. Art.
We're not just talking about street art graffiti. We're talking about just art in general, I think. Well, I mean, we'll get into the street art part of it, but okay, let's go to one of your biggest influence is Barbara Kruger. So that's
Yes.
kind of okay. Well, I have a few images that kind of bring stuff
There-
together,
there she
and
is,
yeah.
yeah.
That's not her.
Well, no, that's not her, but that's her hand.
So good.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
good.
majorly into her.
Yeah.
So this is where your inspiration comes from a lot. You guys have the same.
I feel like she kind of launched me in the direction that I currently am in with text, using text, because I consider myself
Powerful.
I consider myself kind of dyslexic in a way when I take in text. It's more of like I'll see the whole word at once, and it's like an image almost, like the sea and everything that's like comprised. So I never really thought to use text in my painting, but after seeing how she kind of applied it in almost like a commercial way, she's using like the universal language of commercialism to like
To
plug
draw
plug
people in.
message.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
like it kind of just clicked with me in a way that I can't ignore, and yeah, all my work is definitely kind of housed within the text like aesthetic right now.
And there's also the Banksy influence.
Definitely. I mean, I feel like he just packages his imagery like so tight.
He is so brilliant.
Yes, it's clever,
so
it's
smart.
tight, it's like there's no kind of like fat on it.
Well, and packaging it in graffiti, that in
I
itself
know,
is a
yeah.
huge message.
I mean,
Huge message.
There's it can't the technicality of the work is not that strong, right? It's the execution,
The message.
Yeah.
and the message, right? So
and the
I mean,
location, I mean, the
it's-
fact that it's like
Oh, of
right
Banksy's?
there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Banksy is like a mastermind.
only
genius.
like,
I mean-
it's now a company, isn't it? Effectively,
It
right?
must-
It's now.
I
It's
always
now.
thought he must be a collective
I mean,
of people.
I mean, yeah.
well, I
so
know some
like,
people that paint with him, but I think he's still an individual.
with
right?
Dismaland
Well,
in the UK, right? In I mean, again, execution. Western-super-Mare is ironically known for being the place where people go who couldn't afford. It's a dismal land,
Yeah.
Right.
etc. And yeah, he just killed it, and like people
Yeah.
were going from all over the world to do it because of that. So it's and that production would have took, I think it was 50 or 60 people to put on.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's
I mean, even some of his earlier murals that just took like the whole side of the wall, would it just pop up overnight? Like, how the fuck is that possible?
How's he
Yeah.
doing it? Yeah.
Well,
but-
he definitely has.
yeah, I mean,
And
it
the
goes,
crew.
but back in the day, like I mean, going back to basics. He's from Bristol in the UK, and yeah, he was a writer back.
Yeah, the message is just bigger, but it's always been big even when it's small.
Yeah.
Even
Yeah.
him
Definitely.
drawing a little mouse with the whatever.
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
it's
It's always packed a
We have to
punch.
take a break, don't we? Okay, we're gonna take a break. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
We were doing spoken word, spoken song, but we talked about photographers, we talked about painters, we talked about dancers, we talked about Shakespeareans, regular actors, poets, writers.
art on any level, whether it's music, visual art, writing, any kind of creative endeavor, that there's a value to it.
We merged the worlds together, the art world and the music world.
They say everything is with the bright brain, the visionary, the imagination. So what we need to do is, as spirit beings who have limitless potential, is to tap into the left brain.
When you improv, you're completely connected to the music. I'm coming from the opposite direction. I started with the best of the best.
Exactly.
Right? I started with Versace and Armani and Yves Saint Laurent.
Kind of becoming like the rock star thing to do is instead of being in a band and going on tour, we just go on tour to paint walls. And
it is a challenge for us how to be true to ourselves and at the same time be able to pay bills, be able to do it as a vocation.
The industry has changed. We have gaming, we have animation industry.
I started my career as an animator, a Disney character animator.
A figure drawing instructor at Noman School of Special Effects.
Create a sculpture within a sculpture within a sculpture. You can create things that unfold, you can create things that work and walk around and things like that. So people's imagination is just going to be ignited.
Yeah, I was a professional stage actor for 8 years in New York.
What was weird is that when I was spinning around, I literally I started laughing uncontrollably, and I felt like I was going insane.
Creativity and art in all shapes and forms is a way of communication with everybody. It goes through language barriers and racial barriers and everything.
Hey, we're back. Okay, let's just roll right into some Bunnie Reeiss is how you say it, right? Bunnie Reeiss. Let's go check out some of her meanderings through life.
Okay, so I've been officially barred from speaking off camera now because I'm wanting to ask everything every time I see a video like this.
No, it's good to do that, but then you have to be on camera to
yeah,
actually get the answers.
But I want to ask the questions while it's coming up. Anyway, so Bunnie, let's dive right in. So we were just talking, we were saying you don't use spray, so it's all brushworks?
Very rarely. Yeah, I have like pretty formal education, and I love using formal techniques. I love gridding things out and really using brushes and using kind of traditional technique. I like spray paint. I just don't always like the way it looks in the end. So
Yeah,
well, you're really detailed, fine,
Yeah.
straight,
Yeah.
fine, not fine line, crisp line, crisp
yeah.
line.
Sometimes when they get really big, though, if I'm doing like tons and tons and tons of details, I'll make
Yeah.
stencils. Or if Montana's sponsoring something, and you know, I'm getting something
Shouts to Montana.
Hello, Montana. You know, there's certain things, but I really prefer using brush.
Yeah, okay. And you said you're gridding as well? Like, is
Yeah,
that
I
your-
like to use grids when I can. It's just kind of a cool technique, but everything is freehand. I don't use projectors. And I like using scaffolding as a grid. You know, you start to get to a place where you just have to roll with it wherever you are. You're like, okay, I know how to do this. I'm going to like devour this wall. I'm just gonna go for
Yeah,
it.
well, and then add shit where you fucked up.
Totally.
Did I say all of those?
We
bad
should
words
just,
in one sentence?
Yeah, no, it's true. A lot of my murals are based on me like correcting my mistakes as I go.
You know, that's art.
Yeah.
Period.
Rolling with it.
Totally.
We should just backtrack for the viewers, like at home a second, just on the grid thing, and
Yeah.
like to explain, because so we were touching on Banksy before, so we have our stencils, which is the stencils that we all know from school and growing up, whatever,
Right.
and projection, obviously projecting the image across,
Like tracing it.
and then using the outline. Grid system being taking your paper with the image on this size
Yeah.
or whatever,
Yeah,
and
you
then
know where it
gridding,
fits on
numbering,
in the scheme-
and then
in the
using
scheme
that
thing.
to make your dynamics across the whole wall.
Yeah, I had a really interesting situation in Manila when I was painting. They were like, let's just project it because it'll be quicker because
Yeah.
the wall was so big.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. And then it was like storms and this and that. We're in a
Oh,
third
wow.
world country. And I was like, forget it. Just put the scaffolding up and I'll use it as a grid.
That's
Yeah.
And
fucking
here it
dope.
was. It
I've
was
never
like-
heard of that.
Yeah,
I've
and so
never heard
I
of
took
that.
a photo of the scaffolding, printed it out, and drew the image
That's
on the
dope.
scaffolding, and then used it.
pro status.
And
That's
it's
dope.
just like
Pro status
you know,
right there.
You,
Just
you
went
like
pro.
you can't rely on these things that like are super unreliable.
And out of your
Yeah.
control.
Super out of your control. So
Don't you
just
think
do what
that's the
gotta
most
do.
fuckery in the art world is the weather
Did you just
dictates
say
everything.
fuckery?
Fuckery, yeah.
Oh my
Is it-
gosh, that's
Art
my new
world
favorite
fuckery.
word.
Is that
Yeah.
another word?
Art world
Yeah.
fuckery.
The weather really
The
screws
fuck-
you.
Yeah, like we'll
Really
put,
screws you.
You can have. I don't
Well,
think
you're
that-
in London. Like, that's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Yeah, when-
Yeah,
when
in
I-
LA, we're a little more.
Yeah,
It
when I was
doesn't
here,
rain.
Curly gates
what
here.
day was it the other day? I mean, it was raining, and everyone started having a fit, going, "Oh my God, the rain's coming down!
Yeah.
Like, cancel all the dinner plans,
Yeah.
stop everything."
I
Quick
remember
drive.
being in London, and I have like my umbrella, and I see Danny, and he's like,
It's
even
not raining.
Just the norm.
And I'm
It's
like,
the norm.
it's totally raining to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Water coming out of the
Welcome to
sky.
sunshine.
Yeah.
It shuts down LA when it rains.
Yeah, it's like
Big
I'm
time.
done. My day's done.
people are literally said
I gotta stay home.
they cancelled their plans because it was raining.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they're not
Yeah.
walking anywhere. You're getting a fucking Uber.
It's the
right?
best time to drive in LA when it's raining because nobody's driving. in
No,
LA.
it's not because everybody crashes because they're
Terrible.
idiots, 'cause
Yeah,
they don't know how to drive in the
haywire.
rain. Okay, so Bunnie paints these ginormous, like 80-foot walls, right? 80
Yeah.
by 120 or whatever the hell it is.
Yeah.
And she also paints on everything else. So she paints on
her car outside.
Yes.
on her car outside.
Which she stole off Brie, right?
And
Yeah.
Where it is.
let's check out the glove photos.
And now Bree's all jealous because she wants a car
I'm
back.
jealous
Like, I
that
want my car
happened.
Okay, we're looking at your gloves now.
Oh yeah.
Oh shit.
The glove.
Okay, and I think
Yeah.
there's 5 photos of those. So this is intricate. I told her she has to paint my jacket I wore today. And I will wear it all the time.
Yes.
Are these so cool?
Thank you.
They are just so cool.
So is it,
And so much of your stuff is repurposed too.
Yeah, a lot of that.
We'll get into that. We don't have to talk about that right now, but okay. And then let's let's just roll into that next video so that we kind of get an idea. We've talked about the walls and the gloves. Now we're going deeper into. Oh, there's the leather goods too. Let's go into that real quick. I mean, because it's not just gloves. She paints on everything.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
She paints on
This
boots.
is so hot.
P.S. Kaufman, good looking boots.
Yeah,
he
that's
makes some good boots.
Ridiculous, right?
Do you wear any of your own stuff when you paint it?
No,
Yeah.
I'm like
Yeah.
very weird about that. I don't know why. I love making it for other people.
I get that.
All my costumes, I do a lot of like everything I make, it's like I'm visualizing it on other people.
Totally.
And I would rather just be in sweatpants. Pretty much like.
Okay, let's roll into the video because it has more fabrics around her. So check it out.
Yeah. You know, I went as the sacrificial lamb to a Fashion of the Christ party. So, you know, when I'm like not painting, I'm just making lamb
Funny costumes.
I'd love to say that I'm like a professional, but I mean, if you saw the inside of this, you'd be like, what the heck is that? I don't even know how I do it, actually.
Manifesting Destiny, a phoenix rising. One of the greatest and most badass voices of all time in rock and roll history, multi-platinum selling Captain Jack Russell is back.
Jack is back.
Returning guest superstar photographer James Eberly of Eberly Productions.
Thank you very much.
When I was 5 years old, I wanted to be an archaeologist. At my 6th birthday, my parents bought me the Beatles' Help album. I heard this music and I was like, oh my God. It was like nothing short than of the clouds opening up and angels coming down and singing. All of a sudden I just knew that this is what I was going to do.
Wow.
It's a lot of info for a 6-year-old kid. You know,
Yeah.
to all of a sudden know what your destiny is going to be.
You came out of the womb, did you like, when they hit you on the back, just a cappella?
Yeah.
Smack me.
You're not a wild beast anymore?
No. Doctor told me if I drink again, I'll die.
You didn't see that coming though.
I didn't see that coming.
Make him take it back, Captain Jack. He actually had a cattle prod, a hot shot,
Yeah.
that he used to poke at his...
Poke my road. You see, I did it to myself once just to see. It's a cool legacy to leave behind, you know?
Oh my gosh, it's an amazing...
Not right away, you know? If I had 9 lives, I'd have spent them all.
I think you did already. You got a bonus. You get
Bonus slides,
a
yeah.
bonus track.
Yeah.
Jack is back, see? Hey, welcome back to the Hollywood Post Show. Ultimate Jam Night, the long-running weekly unrehearsed live music show currently in residence at the famed Whiskey A Go-Go, has an added aspect to its musical experience, Break at the Beach, an effort to help emerging bands into the national music scene. This monthly program allows new bands to submit their material to the Ultimate Jam Night team to be reviewed and potentially be selected to perform in a live audition round at Venice Beach Bar Live in Venice, California. This historic landmark building is the stomping grounds of Jim Morrison of The Doors, whose fame grew at the Whiskey A Go-Go as an emerging band. The winner of each monthly audition will be given an opening slot at Ultimate Jam Night at the Whiskey, with their performance broadcast worldwide via Zenith TV. That's right. Selected audition round bands will perform live before a panel of well-established touring artists, producers, and promoters. The winning band will be selected based on performance, presence, crowd appeal, and musicianship, the biggest thing of them all. There's no cost to participate. Winning bands will receive promotional, marketing, and industry contact support leading up to their live performance at Ultimate Jam Night. I'm going to try to be the voice. Ultimate Jam Night was created to bring the live music community together, says creator 랴뢰I. As we enter our third year of programming, we're now expanding our reach to include the development of new artists, as they will always be the lifeblood of the music industry. Thank you, 랴뢰I. Bands can submit video links and band material to breakatthebeach@gmail.com. And tomorrow, February 28th, Ultimate Jam Night presents an evening of Black Sabbath. Oh my God, that cracks me up. Okay, with, of course, their award-winning house band, 랴뢰I of Quiet Riot, Matt Starr of Mr. Big, Mitch Perry of Rat and Lita Ford, MC Polly Z, of course, of ZO2, The Royals, Rubik's Cube, and Walter Eno of Survivor, with many other guests, including Poe from the Poe Show. I'll see you there. Okay, so check that out. Oh my gosh. Ultimate Jam Night is the real deal. 랴뢰I is the real deal. He supports the music industry. He supports the creative. You follow his lead. Do it. Support it. Go there. It's free every Tuesday, Ultimate Jam Night. Some of the greatest musicians ever, ever, ever to walk the planet are there. And I'm not making it up. It's for sure. It's for real. Okay, come back over. They're coming in. Okay, so you know what? We're going to go right into Bree's process because it's gnarly, and you wouldn't know it. You wouldn't know what it entailed unless you saw this. So let's check out her again. I'll be right back.
If I know just what to say when some trouble heads his way and can make him feel that everything is good. Then I, like a woman, and he likes a woman to act like a woman, sure. It is late, and I'm alone, and he doesn't telephone, and the kiss greets him says then I act like a woman, 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 and he likes a woman to act like a woman should.
Okay. So what'd you say, Danny?
Just like holy
Holy
shit, that's
shit, that's all
fucking
he could say.
amazing. Like just to see the how
What a
that
crazy
works
process.
through it. Yeah.
Okay, so how many times do you paint that image? You painted like
Twice. Well, on that one twice. Like a lot of the
Some of
double
them
layered
more.
images, literally you're seeing 2 layers that I painted the first one, peeled off the kind of plastic mask, and then had to wait for it to dry a little bit, and then repainted the second half of it. So yeah,
cool.
sometimes I have to wait like a month for them to dry before I could like.
You see, this is
and
what
by
this is what
peeling it
people.
off, you're literally destroying what you just did.
Yeah, I mean, I don't
Or
put
you
as
have the-
much love into anything that I know is going to be on the plastic, but it is weird. I mean, like, it's a trip to have something look practically done and then
you
peel it,
deconstruct it.
peel it all the way.
This is what people underestimate in the world of art, right? The actual time that goes into a finished piece, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes, like the months, yeah,
Oh,
not fucking hours
Yeah,
or
but
days,
But
months.
that's just the actually doing it. The
Yeah.
conceptual stages takes the longest, right? You can think about doing something for months or years, and then when it finally comes out, sometimes it comes out really fast because you've already spent 10 years thinking about it.
But
You've got it perfected.
Yeah, I mean,
Bunny
the
knows what
painting
I'm
is like almost like the ditch digging part of everything, because I feel like the concept and all that is like the exciting part, and then like literally
Yeah, it's just hard
time,
work.
days and hard work.
Yeah, I don't have a
Pick and
lot.
shovel.
I can't even begin to. I mean, all my the patience
Yeah.
is exactly. I wouldn't have that because I'm kind of quite a
You don't have
quick
any patience?
movement. Yeah, I can't stand still for 2 seconds. But yeah,
Smoking weed helps.
yeah. Actually, not for me. It doesn't. Yeah, I wouldn't.
Okay.
I wouldn't even.
Yeah, no weed
I
for Danny.
Can't even. Yeah, it's
yeah,
not.
no.
It's Finn, and yeah, big ups to Finn. Would say, yeah, this can't just be weed. Danny Wood. That's my nickname from him because it doesn't
No
work with
weed
me.
Danny?
Yeah, it doesn't work.
The opposite.
I
works
pity
for
you.
I'm not doing very well with this show today for my parents. Oh no, it's legal in California, right?
Not yet.
Yeah.
We're
But they got-
rolling.
Almost.
Not right.
I'm not sure when it comes into effect, but I thought we voted
But
it in. I'm
we
waiting.
voted in for
Well, yeah,
recreational
but you
use,
know
so
what?
soon.
It's
It's all whatever. Anyway,
who knows
Everything's a
who
little
knows what will happen.
yeah, it's, all,
Okay,
it's a
let's-
grey area, like legal.
It's very
Very
gray. Let's roll into My Eyes. This is just a kind of a different. That was Marilyn, but this is, and we need to talk about actually the why behind
Okay,
it.
great.
But this is a little bit different, kind of a different why, but a similar why. So check it out.
With your eyes closed, close your eyes.
Lie with me.
Something unknown is doing we don't know what. That is what our knowledge amounts to.
I see.
to Bree. What goes behind your themes? What's your theme? What motivates you, or where do your concepts come from?
Well, I definitely am influenced by commercialism, and I think there's a lot of issues like within commercialism, like exploitation and a lot of kind of feminist concepts, definitely.
Well, you had that. Okay, everybody saw the Marilyn one, and then the old wonderful art.
Right. Yeah.
So two complete different concepts, really.
Yeah.
It's pop art, and then there's something else, a pop era, and a totally acceptable
kind of classical.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Classical painting. Yeah. So the Marilyn, I did because I was paying attention to how many people recycle her image, and it's just like this feedback loop of Marilyn and why her image, it's like so removed from her humanity that I think that's like really interesting. They never are talking about her when they paint her image. It's kind of just like this stamp that is like shorthand for like Hollywood or glamour or like
sex,
yeah. So yeah, the her again, I kind of wanted to be like snarky and like comment that I'm painting her again. I'm part of this like feedback loop, but I wanted to do it in a way that expresses that and kind of like makes her look a little bit tortured because she had such like a really fucked up life.
Yeah.
She was a complicated person.
Yeah.
So I think there's like so much to talk about when depicting her, and I don't know why nobody really goes there. So that was definitely the inspiration behind her. And the more classical painting, it's kind of a joke because it has no head, and so I thought it was like
it's TNA.
Yeah, and it's TNA. It's part of
the old art TNA, the classic TNA art.
Right, nudity, nudity and art.
Tits and art.
Yeah, I kind of wanted to play around with the fact that they don't have heads, and it's like you see their naked body, and kind of just have like it's a little bit of a joke, but it's also kind of saying something serious about.
Say snarky again. I like
it's
that.
Funny. It's funny how many people, as you just said, recycle images because and it's like
because it's almost like that's what they think art is. They're like Marilyn is art when like she was a person with a like crazy life. So it's strange. It's strange to me what artists even choose to. Like,
I mean, there's a huge like, for example, the people pass away and everyone's quick to paint a mural on the street, and actually what's behind that? Okay, someone passed away, but why are you doing that? Oh, because they died. It's like, but what's your point? Do you know everything about them? Could you recite like their fucking life or whatever?
Right.
And sometimes it's
it just feels removed.
Just jump in on the bandwagon.
Surface.
And
okay, let's switch some gears and because we're running out
change
of time.
Change gears. Not switch.
We're gonna go into switch it up, change it up, switch it up, change and switch it up. I'm wasting all this time because I'm trying
we don't have any time to waste.
Well, talk about recycling.
Yeah.
Oh,
there we go. Smooth.
Okay, I found my segue. Okay, check this recycling out. We're gonna go to this video. This is Bunnie's world, the world of bunnies.
We both have really large imaginations, and we believe in like fantasy and our relationship to the natural environment and the urban environment. So we're translating it. The structures are an environment, and the nest is an environment that people can sit in and habitate, but the backgrounds also are the environments for the individual pieces as well. Like the pieces live within those, so you start to really look at a home within a home within a home within a home. And I feel like most of our friends and most of us live that way regularly. That's the complex part of our lives.
It's really important in installations also for it to be really interactive and have people be able to like go into things and touch everything and like be in a different world that's like not anything like outside or like they're used to seeing any kind of artwork. It's all just like one giant storyline that's continuing, and every room is a different room and a different place. And
yeah, absolutely.
Outside Lands was a project that I got ready to do through Juxtapose was curating the art for that music festival. So it was like kind of a big excuse to hang out and have huge sewing parties and building parties, and like I think I probably lost money doing it, but I kind of don't care. Like we made so many beautiful like fabric pieces, and it was super fun and beautiful, and so much beautiful stuff came out of it. And now all the stuff at least me and Bunnie have left from it are going to be in the show as much as possible to build out the space. So it's going to be half wood and half fabric, and then crazy paint.
We do like 48-hour sessions in a row together in the studio where we just sat next to each other and worked. There's not a whole lot of talk about who gets what or who does what. It's more like, do you like how this looks? Do you think this looks funny? And there's just like pieces everywhere to choose from, so you just have to kind of just let go, and it's really easy for both of us to do that with each other when we're working. It seems very comfortable.
This is also the first time we've ever collaborated with each other or worked together in any way, so it just made so much sense, and then it was like, oh, okay, this is the best thing ever. All the material, at least that I use, and I'm pretty sure Bunnie uses too, is all found or reused or recycled.
Yeah, it's amazing how much has been like accumulated, and all of us are, these urban nomads traveling and coming back and inhabiting different spaces, and the stuff that you collect and the stuff you find like comes with you and then is repurposed and becomes like an explanation for whatever this sort of history that you're building.
You just find so much stuff that people leave behind that's amazing and that nobody wants because it's abandoned and it's trash to a lot of people. The most like tender part of the whole thing is just that every single thing I have and like collect and like the massive hoards of like materials I have are all from a place and like from like an adventure, and I know where every single piece came from or like was gifted from or was picked up from, and then putting them into pieces just makes them very special, and like this is from my grandmother and this is from this person that died and this is the last thing I saw after this building got demolished, and all these little things and every single piece of work that we both make are really important to us, and it just makes it a really personal kind of like a living history, like a timeline of like what we've been going through, and then somehow like that energy gets transferred whether people know that or not, that these are the places we've been, and like it's worn for a reason.
Okay. Wow, I hear myself speak. So that was pretty insane, right? Was that insane? Okay, so Bunnie, elaborate on that a little bit. And you have something coming up that's in that same genre, that same medium.
I did a lot of installation work and took a break because I like to think big, and I wanted to paint big for a couple of years. And that was an amazing project that Monica and I did. And I was so grateful that we had the chance to work together, and here it is like 5-6 years later. I'm working with Super Chief Gallery here in LA. Some of you might know them from Brooklyn. They're amazing. They've been around supporting us for years, and they've been here for a couple years, and I'm so excited because I have a solo show with them in November, and it will be my first big installation.
In November.
Yeah, I'm working, that's basically what I'm working on right now. I have a lot of murals coming up, but my main work will be this huge installation that I'm doing for them in November. And so
as big as that? As
big as that, if not bigger.
Is it indoor, outdoor like that was?
It will
or
be
just indoor?
a little outdoor, mostly indoor, and one big space. And this one, it'll just be me. So I have a lot of help from my friends.
Yeah. Oh, I'm there
asking everybody I know. But I'll be relocating to Detroit for a few months to sort of source materials and work quietly, and then bringing it all back here to begin installing probably sometime in October. So yeah, you can look forward to that.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so something to look forward to. Okay, we gotta wrap it up. Danny, where can we find
Okay, so
anything you have going on?
Okay, so a couple of things first. Back in right up to when we started the show to Basement Space in London, which is where it's all going off now. Shouts to Greg and Lara, the homies who are doing homies at home girls,
the
doing
homies
it,
at home.
and my boy since day one, Himbad, which you promoted. So check that out. You can get the flyers on my Instagram, etc., London Graffiti. And then Bree, you've got something going on. You're working with Cave Gallery at the moment, which are our good friends on the show. So what can we see you there?
Yeah, I have a few pieces there. I actually just had a solo show there that ended in, I think, December.
Yeah. But you're a regular on the roster there and everything, so you can find.
Yeah, I'm hoping to. I actually have some new work cooking up, and I'm excited.
I share all your work, but sometimes it gets taken down from Instagram.
Nasty porn. So where can we find your work?
What's your right? You mean live in gallery now?
No, on online.
Instagram.
Yeah, right. I do have an Instagram. I actually just got back onto Facebook.
You have a website that they can find all your all your social media.
BrieCirel.com. It's BRICIREL.
And the IG handle is BRI.CIREL.
You can find her. Google it.
And Bunnie's is Bunnie Love
Bunnie
Rocks.
Bunnie Love
She
Rocks.
fucking rocks, eh?
She does fucking rock. Okay, but you have a website too. It's just Bunnie Reis.
Yeah, you can pick it up from actually it's so fucking lazy because you can just rather than look at anyone's handle, you can just Google the name and then it'll pull up. It's like
Okay, so anybody who's been on the show is going to be on the show. Anything about the show, this show, the archive of this show will be up tonight, hopefully, if you want to watch it again, at www.wetpuzzlepiece.com. So keep checking into that. All of my social media is on there as well, and we have an amazing array of talent in the music genre, in the art world, painting, sewing, hot glue gunning, like whatever. So check it out, and we'll see you next week. What do we have next week? We have Gear Secure. We have Gear Secure with Mr. Mandel. So check it out next week. We're gonna tell you how you can track your musical gear. Okay. Ciao. See you next week.
Ciao.
Awesome.